Good morning everyone, welcome to another vlog here on the World of Coasters. We're here at Legoland Windsor today. We travelled, it's not far from where we are.
Just over an hour.
Just over an hour away. We booked a reservation ticket for today, which was actually sold out, but like a few days before they released a few more. So
that's because they upped their capacity.
Yeah.
I think from like 6,000 to 9,000. Someone told me, but that could be false.
I was just about to say it feels busier than that already.
Yeah.
The car park's quite full. It's going to be a Ramo day, like I say. Park hours today are 9:30 until 7 PM, which I didn't know. I thought it was only till 5. But they've extended their hours, which is quite good. We're starting the day straight in with it, going down towards the Dragon, that sort of area of the park.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nice day, about 24 degrees.
It's beautiful and clear, isn't it?
Obviously, we're going to be having a look at what social distancing and all that is in place at the park at the moment, and yeah, looking forward to a fun day. First off, we've got a one-way system down here, so it keeps to the left with a little like arrow system. So far, they seem to be doing an all right with social distancing, but the getting into the park was a bit of a shambles, wasn't it? They're
not enough staff managing the queues.
They're asking you to park one space away from each other for social distancing, but there's no staff helping with the parking, which is a bit of a problem because everyone's just parking wherever they want.
People want to be close, and
Yeah.
people don't want to like go to the further away car parks. They're just parking next.
Definitely, and then the queue to get into the park, that was a bit of shambles as well. But yeah, you just kind of have to be careful. Like I say, it's quite busy today. As you can see here, here's the extension they've got on the end of Viking River Splash. Don't know how many rides we're going to get done today, as it is probably going to be really busy. Obviously, this isn't our first visit to this park this season. We were lucky enough to come here just before they shut the parks for coronavirus back in March. We came here on the last day, didn't we, Lou?
Yeah, sorry, I'm doing the Instagram story.
That's all right. Yeah, so we came here, we rode the Dino Duplo coaster. It was absolutely dead, wasn't it? So we've had a quiet day here. We actually, if you watch that vlog, did everything within like 3 hours and we left and went to Chessington for the rest of the day. So yeah, we're kind of just coming back. Obviously we've only been here once, like I said, this season. So we just want to see what they've got implemented for this season, really. Also you've got construction updates for the Lego Movie World, which they're building over by S.Q.I.D Surfer and all that. That area is totally closed off now, but we'll see what we can see through the walls. Right, so we've firstly seen one new thing we've got down the bottom of here. They've actually added Freestyle Machines. These weren't here at the beginning of the season, were they? This definitely wasn't here, because I would have noticed it. Obviously Alton Towers have got Freestyle Machines now, and it looks like it's the same type of cups as Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, so it just uses the Freestyle Machines. We'll have to have a look at how much that costs. I doubt I'll buy one today, but I really wish Merlin would do like a Merlin, you know, a cup that you could use across all the parks. I'm wondering if Merlin would actually allow you to use, say, like an Alton Towers cup in Legoland. I don't know how it works,
You didn't bring those.
but they would, you know, it would benefit them to have a Merlin cup you could use across all the parks. These are the prices of them, so it's £9 here. Obviously, they're always going to charge more for their stuff here because Lego take a cut. So I think they're like £8 normally in the other parks. But yeah, you get discount the more bottles you buy. Anyway, the first ride of cooler, because the sun's come out, we're going to go on Pirate Falls now. This one's got a 5-minute queue. A lot of the other rides already have like a 45-50 minute queue, so I think it's going to be really busy today. Obviously got to wear masks on all the rides. I'm not sure about the water rides because Chessington were a bit iffy about like whether you should wear it on water rides or not. But yeah, we're going to jump on Pirate Falls because the sun has come out, and this is a bit of a super soaker log flume. So we've got social distancing markers in the queue, a little bit faded. But yeah, as Louise has just said, no queue. We've queued through all of this before in times gone by.
It broke down and we had to leave.
Yes, but yeah, like it's not a long queue on this. It looks like everyone heads towards like the rides at the front of the park and maybe the Dragon. Right, so I think we should definitely savour this. This is the queue at the moment, so this is probably the shortest queue we're going to be in all day.
And it won't stay like this. It's going to get hot.
Well, yeah, the weather's looking quite nice already. I think it's meant to hit 24, so this is going to end up with like a 50-60 minute queue at this rate. Anyway, can't take you on the ride, so we'll see you when we get off of Pirate Falls. We just come off our first ride of the day, quick 5-minute queue for Pirate Falls. There's a good log flume, but It's a bit of a soaker. Yeah, like look, my legs are
And I
absolutely
made Luke
drenched.
go in the front because he always makes me go in the front, and I was like, nah, not today, you're going.
But the thing is, the weather's nice, so it's nice and refreshing.
Oh, I was going to feed you one, come on.
It's my anti-food mask. That's why I'm losing weight at the moment. Anyway, we're going to head over to Dragon at the moment, which apparently is advertised in a 45-minute queue. So as to whether we're going to go on it or not, I don't know. I might leave it a bit later on.
This music, though.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen the first vlog of this season, they actually gave this area a bit of a refurb. You can see they've got new tapestries up on the side. These look very cool to more the original Knights Castle sets from Lego back in the, I think it was early 90s maybe. Then obviously Knight's Quest got rethemed to Merlin's Challenge, which has new theming. You've got new boards over here which show the area of the park and what's in it. And of course the biggest centrepiece is they actually repainted the castle, which it looks so much nicer and it's got a nice sign on it.
Did half of it, weren't we?
We were here over Brickmas, the Brickmas event, and they've repainted it. So Merlin's Challenge, the retheme, and Knight's Quest is the same ride. I don't know how well you can see from here because I can't really get close because of the extension cube, but they've actually just put a Merlin centrepiece into the ride and repainted it all. We might go on that later. And something that wasn't here back in March, they've actually made the buildings look more permanent here, and they've put another refill and refresh station here, which is good to see. So the Dragon's Apprentice is now closed for the rest of the 2020 season for some refurbishment. This was on the website, so we knew about it. It's just a little kiddie coaster. I'd probably say it's a bit faster than the Dragon, but it's got all scaffolding up over here if you can just see through the trees. So they're doing some work to it. One other thing, just noticed these were all actually on the hill when we first came into the park. They've moved them all down into a little pen just outside of Merlin's Quest. Get a better view here of the new theming element for Merlin's Challenge. Looks much nicer now, and obviously these statues make nice theming elements. So from here we got a better view of Dragon's Apprentice having its refurb. It looks like, to be honest, the majority of the refurbishment is being done on the theming elements rather than the coaster itself. But actually, I say that, but there is actually a piece of track that's been removed at the top of the hill, so they are doing some retracking on it as well. So yeah, a bit closer up to the repaint now. I love what they've done here. It's given this castle a whole new lease of life. It just looked really worn out before. So I think we're going to jump in the queue for the Dragon. Yeah, it's advertising 45 minutes, but it isn't queuing to the entrance, and I'd probably say it's a 45-minute queue.
I feel like it's worth.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's not as long as it's advertising. Some of the social distancing markers with the original ones that were on the floor. So the white lines is what they had before they had to put measures in, and they've actually spray painted some other ones in. One other thing to note is they've actually got a barrier which they pull out when this ride is actually at capacity, so that will go over the entrance and tell people to go back to another ride when this starts getting to its entrance. So we've just come off of the Dragon. There's our car up there. We waited only just 50 minutes, and it had a breakdown restraint issue while we were queuing. Then everyone left the queue and we got on it very quickly, didn't we? So we waited 50 minutes to get on it. It was advertising 45, and then we got to the final brake run here, which is just here, and they've had an issue with their CCTV cameras. The ride itself is still running, but they can't run the ride without the CCTV, probably for insurance purposes. Anyway, we just got evacuated off of that, so that was another ride evacuation, our first evacuation in Legoland.
They were like, oh, you can go on it again, but then it was like that you can go on there again, so never mind.
You could have got in the Q-Bot queue, but I'm not overly fussed because it's kind of like we didn't wait much longer than advertised. We were only inconvenienced by about 10 minutes, and they've opened the queue back up, so you would technically have to queue again from about up there, which I know is not long, but yeah. not a bad experience on that. I think that's running really well. It's had a full refurbishment this season. Obviously all the Lego figures inside have been refurbished and all that, so it's looking really good and fresh. So if you're here, give it a go. It's got some new Lego statues and it's definitely running faster and better than before. So we're coming back towards Pirate Falls area of the park, and just to give you a gauge on crowd levels, this is what the park's capacity is like at the moment with everything that's going on. So at the moment, obviously this is summer holidays, they're obviously limited capacity and it is sold out today. They seem to be dealing with it quite well everywhere. They've got these markings on the floor with like, yeah, it's kind of, you know, I haven't seen anyone like disobeying it. People are walking on the left and all that. But bear in mind, if you want food in these sorts of places, this is the queue for Burger Kitchen. It is coming up to lunchtime now, and yeah, the queue looks quite long for that. Right, so we're now in Land of the Pharaohs, where obviously you've got the Air Nomad, which is currently down at the moment. There seems to be quite a few broken down rides. Got a little carousel along here in this little chair plane called Thunderblazer. Should we have a look at the queue for Laser Raiders, or I think it's a capacity. It looks like it's a capacity. They've got a gate across it, which generally means it's at capacity or it's not opening. It says, oh, it's reached capacity inside the building, so you have to come back for that one. I do feel Legoland really could have benefited from a like virtual queue system, a bit like Portland Park views. We might be going to Portland Park soon. I don't know quite yet, but would like to. They're running a full like virtual queue as a Drayton Manor, so you don't actually have to queue for the rides. You use your phone and get the app. Oh, Louise has got the train is running. We will do the train at some point today, but we're currently entering Lego Heart Lake City, which is, it used to be Lego City, but it's obviously Heart Lake City now.
Everything's super busy.
Yeah, everything's super busy. You can see just from looking around it's busy. The queues to the ice cream stall. But we're heading straight ahead. You can just about make the construction walls out in front where the Lego Movie World's going to be. So today, from yesterday, they're starting to run the show on the lake here, which is good to see. So obviously the crowds are starting to build up, which there doesn't seem to be much social distancing going on, nor mask wearing. Obviously at the Merlin parks it's not compulsory to wear masks. The only places we really wear masks is in the queues and on the rides. You have to wear them on most of the rides. But like Louise, you like wearing them in the queues, don't you? Because it's a bit more close quarters.
Them, like for example, Pirate Falls was like really spread out, and there was literally a couple of people in front, so I didn't. But like that queue, I did because everyone likes to be close in the queue.
I more wear mine for branding purposes.
Yeah, Luke just always wears his.
Like it's comfortable to wear, and yeah, I can't complain. Anyway, we're now walking past the construction section for the Lego Movie World. They've probably got the power off because this is all closed at the moment. This fish and chip shop is due to be refurbished, and over here is where they're building the Lego Movie World. So in 2021, this whole area will be themed up to Lego Movie. The planned rides in this section, they're going to be doing obviously a re-theme of the fish and chip restaurant. S.Q.I.D Surfer's having a full re-theme, so I don't know what that's going to be themed to, but there is speculation of it being filmed to the Battle of Bricksburg, which is a similar ride in Florida, but it's actually like a bit like Battle Galleons. And then over this way, they're going to be building a flying theatre. A flying theatre, it'll be the first flying theatre in the country. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a ride similar to Soaring or Voletarium at Europa Park, or Flying Dreams at Portaventura's Ferrari Land. Been on all of them, they're all good rides. But it will be Lego Master Builders. If you look at Florida's Legoland, they already have this area built. It looks like it's going to be a pretty much clone with two of the rides. Like I say, you're going to have the Unikitty Disco Drop, which is like a bounce tower by SBF Rides, or SBF Visa Rides rather. And you're going to have the Flying Theatre and then the re-theme of the S.Q.I.D Surfer. As I said before, the one in Florida has Battle for Bricksburg, which is a water-based ride which is similar to Battle Galleons. Now, it's the same water ride, but it's a different ride type, so it'd be interesting to see whether they use the same theme for that, but that's what I believe. Just to show you over the fence now, see what they're doing. You can't really see a lot, but they have basically got S.Q.I.D Surfer at the moment, and you can't really see too much more from behind. But yeah, they'll be building the big building through there, and hopefully in 2021 we'll be here to film the reopening of this area. So recently they had to put extra planning permission in for that, and people were saying, oh, have they changed the theme to a dinosaur theme? Because obviously you've got dinosaurs along here. Yeah, but there used to be a dinosaur safari ride here. Yeah, they renamed it to Project Rex, which people are like, oh yeah, it's going to be dinosaur themed now. But actually, it's been known as Project Rex for most of the way through, and obviously Project Rex is related to Lego Movie 2, the bad guy character, Rex. So yeah, that's what it's from, or in my opinion, it does appear to be all Lego Movie themed. So yeah, I look forward to seeing that next year. That'd be pretty cool. And they've put more seating out here for people to sit and enjoy their food. So that's one thing I'll say about Legoland, and is they've definitely put more seating around the park for people to just eat and drink.
It was a bit of a issue really, because the amount of people they had here, well, especially at the entrance.
The main problem is they can't have people eating indoors at the moment, or not as many as they'd like. So they've had to put more benches out. To be honest, they've got the room for it. It's quite a well spaced out theme park.
I can hear the show.
They've just started the Lego Friends show on the lake here. You can just about hear the music. We're going to be heading up past the newly refurbished for 2020 Deep Sea Adventure, which used to be Atlantis. If the queue's not too long, we'll give this one a go, but we'll see when we go past it. Right, so as we approach, I've noticed they've actually added some more theming elements to the Deep Sea Adventure building, which I'll show you a bit closer when we get on, but you can kind of see one of them from here. So you've got the tower on top here, that wasn't there, and a sign to the left, so we'll get a bit closer and have a look at them. So from here you can get a better view. You've got this tower on top with a little Lego minifigure inside. They say little, but it's like human sized. And the Deep Sea Adventure sign here. Now the queue for this ride is currently going outside and trekking all the way along here, which yeah, that's got quite a long queue. One other thing I forgot to mention about Legoland, and I've only noticed this at Legoland rather than the other Merlin parks, is they've actually strapped all their bins open with what looks like cling film. So you don't actually have to touch it to open it, but it does mean if the bins aren't monitored frequently, they could get quite stinky and with wasps around them. But it looks quite good at the moment from what I've seen. So he's just chilling with one of the new theming elements.
Selfies.
So one thing me and Louise have said about today is we're not overly fussed about how many rides we go on, because as you can see it's really busy here. Like, I know in conjunction to how busy it would be on a summer holiday day, this is the queue for Monster House Party, obviously using all the cattle pen. It's only about halfway through. To be honest, I don't think the queue for that would be too bad. So we might give this one a go shortly. You're probably looking at about a 20-30 minute wait for that. I don't know what's happening at the moment, but this isn't really showing guest safety very well. Obviously this ride operator has decided to sit on the front of the boat while steering it. I don't quite understand what he's doing there. He's got his waders on, so maybe someone's stuck, or I don't know. Right, so I was looking at getting a thumbnail picture, and he's like, you always want to take pictures of this Monster House Party, and I'm like, yeah, this is the perfect angle, but someone who was designing this ride thought, I know, I'll put a lamppost right in the way of the ride, so it's very difficult to get a good angle on this ride for a thumbnail.
The sun is behind us.
Yeah, and we're also going to go, we're going to go on this one next, so we're going to join the queue and let you know how long it is.
Inside the haunted house, I have a few important notices for you. Firstly, please make sure you keep your eye for the most...
Right, so it's advertising an hour queue. Let's see whether this is an hour, because I personally don't think it is. It depends about the capacity they're running at. It's kind of bad enough to think that you could have to queue in all of this. It's a cattle pen nightmare, this ride, so... Not the best looking queue in the world, but that's the thing about Merlin rides. Merlin seem to have this nasty habit of making the facades look really good, but then when it comes to the queue, it's just let's hash this in. Hasn't even got theme fencing, which is something that really bugs me. And something I'll always say about this one is amazing facade on it, but why is the warehouse bigger than the facade, and why is the warehouse not themed? They could have easily themed it into the building. Queuing for about 50 minutes for this one, so 10 minutes less than advertised, and we're going to be going to the pre-show section. Right, so in here they've got green spots on the floor. It's one party per group, so they're running this at a reduced capacity. Obviously you've got the pre-show here for the Haunted House Monster Party.
Party time!
Pleasure is all yours. Welcome to my home and to our featuring the most spectacular party trick ever. There is no greater party in town.
There is no other party in the town.
Yes. I'm so glad you all came. I just love to throw huge parties for my snacks. Friends.
So we've just come off of the Monster House party. I think all in, including the ride and everything, we waited about an hour for that. So as advertised, getting quite a few of that quite quickly. We all know Merlin parks are quite good at like bolstering the queue lengths on their boards, so you kind of avoid it, or you know, it makes you happy when you get on it earlier. Anyway, we're still heading around towards the Fairytale Brook, which is in the Duplo Valley, which was refurbished for 2020. We've already been on the Dino coaster, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
So we'll have a look at it, but if the queue's crazy long, we won't bother doing it because it is just a Mack Rides like kiddie coaster. With a simple like loop layout, that's all it is. I have noticed though, they've done some more work over by the driving shop here. I can see they've got an Octane station for the kiddie version, which I'll turn you around in a minute and show you. Right, crowd levels in the park. It is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, and I'm going to say it is quite busy, isn't it? It is quite busy. To say the least, this is definitely at capacity, but there's the new theming I was on about. It's another refresh and refill station themed to an Octane petrol station. I really like that, that's cool for a Freestyle Machine. But yeah, it does look like this park has major choke points. This is definitely the busiest park we've been in, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's not great.
Like we've been to, what was it? Was it Chessington or Full Park we went to when it was no, it was Alton Towers when it was at capacity. And that was by no means as busy, but Alton Towers has the luxury of space. That part just eats people up. This one's a bit more like condensed, although it's still very high capacity. So now we're clear of the like rush hour traffic. It's like cleared up quite now. Yeah,
Because of the cars.
and the car theme. We're going into Duplo Valley, which, like I say, has been refurbished for the 2020 season. You've got the Farmer Joe's Chicken, which is a chicken company, which we love the chicken, don't we? Especially Alton Towers one. So I imagine it's all the same, but still you've got queues outside for it. One thing I do like is literally all over the park they've got this like roadway, and it's all themed to a road, isn't it? Like, you've got like no parking and keep left and all that sort of thing. So here we have the newly refurbished Duplo Valley. Obviously it had the water park at the back. You've actually got to book a time slot for that if you want to do it. It's just an outdoor water like park.
I wish I was a child so I could go on that. That looks so
Or have kids so we can take them in there. Like
yeah,
that
but
is.
I'd want to go in there. I'd be in my swimming cushion too.
It's just like a little splash water park. Obviously this whole area has had a bit of a refurb. We've got the shop over here. They've actually got like a Duplo Theatre show on over here, which is, I think it's like a puppet show, maybe it's a puppet show. Anyway, we'll have a quick look around, see what's like been refurbished in this area, because of course this was a ride that already existed, but it looks much nicer for it, doesn't it?
I like the shininess.
So in the middle you've got the Splash and Play store, which has always been here, just as Duplo, like swimming costumes and all that for kids. The Duplo Express, which we've just walked past now, this was an original ride. Right, so over here we got the new really refurbished Play Park. Obviously over here you've got the water park and the new for 2020 Duplo Dino Coaster, which we'll get you a closer look at in a minute. But yeah, this whole area has seen a bit of TLC, which is much appreciated. Like, this was one of the more rundown areas of the park, and it is good to see that they're investing in making the current areas look nice. Obviously, I think we're going to give the Dino Duplo Coaster a miss. The queue at the moment is advertising 50 minutes. It's obviously only a low-cap Mack Rides kiddie coaster. Literally, that is the layout. You can kind of see it goes over there, just does like a small elongated circle. It only has the capacity of about 12 riders, so they'll be running at half capacity, so you're looking at 6 people. So you're looking at a good like half hour, 40 minutes in that queue, so I think we're going to give that a miss. Got the Duplo Airport here, which has been refurbished. This is just like a little flat ride. And where we're going now, Lou, this is Louise' requested rides, the Fairytale Brook, which is one of the original rides in this area of the park. Don't know how long the queue is for this one, but I imagine it's quite a fast one because obviously it has multiple boats. Right, so after about a 10-minute queue, we are on Fairytale Brook. The only reason this one really had a queue was because it went down for its half-an-hourly cleaning, where they spray all the boats down with like a disinfectant, and they obviously have to run them around with like empty between each one. So Louise get wet.
Did you see that?
Did you get wet?
No, but it made me jump.
So yeah, this just kind of has like various fairy tale books. So you've got like here, Three Little Pigs, getting the houses all blown down.
I find this ride so relaxing.
It is quite
If I
relaxing.
could have a ride in my garden, I'd have this an icon.
It probably would fit, but Icon maybe not. Anyway, we're sitting in the back of the boat and our boat is kind of popping a bit of a wheelie at the moment. But yeah, we're enjoying this ride. It's like I say, it's had a bit of liquor paint and looks much better for it. Obviously there is some still original theme in here, like all of this. Just looking a bit more lively and all the animatronic aspects are working. One thing I've never really understood about this ride is it all has Lego figures everywhere, and then just here you have two pumpkins and a carriage which aren't made of Lego. Which I find that's a missed opportunity. They could, yeah, but they could have made them in Lego. There's a lot of spherical stuff in Lego, so you can go past the Cinderella section. It's almost like being on Pays the Contents at Disneyland.
I wish I was in Disney right now.
If only. Sounds really malicious when you say it like that, Aladdin.
Little Red Riding Hood. That
So we're just going past the new edition for 2020, the Duplo Dino coaster. As I'm sure you already know, a credit is a credit, and we got that on its opening weekend, didn't we?
Luke did force us.
I had to, like, I need to get my credit count up.
It's dwindling, isn't it, in 2020?
I know, it is dwindling. Hopefully soon we'll be getting some new credits, but we'll soon find out. We're now leaving Duplo Valley and entering Miniland, which is where they have all the miniature buildings. This is one of the signature pieces of a Legoland theme park. Originally, in the original Billund Legoland Park, they built Miniland as a way of showcasing Lego off to customers and clients.
Entice them to buy.
Yeah, to show what you could do with it, and you know, like how it could be used, and that basically spawned the theme park after this. So this was like really at the roots of the park. Obviously the first part is in Billund in Denmark, and it's expanded, and they've got parks all over the world now. Brighton Pier here. Those you eagle watchers, that should have been last week's vlog from Brighton Pier. I can tell you now, they do not have that ride there. They never have. One thing that we were a bit surprised about is they've got all of these open. They still have all the interactive elements still open, which I'm quite surprised about. Over here we got the USA, which was added, I believe, either last year or the season before. Just has some main monuments and buildings from America, from the west to the east coast. So you've got like the Route 66 area, so you've got Las Vegas over there, the Golden Gate Bridge, Statue of Liberty. Yeah, it does have a lot of open space, but you've got to remember these statues take so long to build. So as we come to the end of Miniland now, obviously there is a lot more that we haven't seen. Miniland is ginormous if you haven't already noticed. But they've got the Skyride up here, and the Skyride is closed. This is one of the rides that's always closed. It's just like a little, like, you know, aerial view ride. It's closed at the moment for maintenance issues. Right, so they've got the some character meet and greets over here. So you've got like a mummy character over here. Obviously you can't actually interact with them, so you just see them from behind a barrier. So yeah, they've got more characters along here. You've got like a captain character, just doing some photo meet and greets. So here they have a brick shop where you can just get minifigures and like individual bricks. Obviously it's closed for social distancing and obviously
the
contact.
most expensive shop.
Yeah, you basically get like a cup of Lego and it costs like £10. And out here we got the T-Rex or dinosaur piece of Lego Technic. And then down here you had what used to be the Space Tower, which we went on once, didn't we? It was a good laugh though. It's like it was good fun, and it's just totally been ripped out and replaced by a drain. Right, so we've made one full revolution of the park now. We're going to find something to eat because we had a very sad moment with our Snacker Jacks.
Because we're trying to be healthy and
yeah.
it's just, I mean, you saw me eating the Oreo bites earlier. They didn't upset me. They weren't mouldy, but the Snacker Jacks, they were.
We had a bad pack of Snacker Jacks and I think they must have burst some point in transit, and we opened them and they'd gone a bit mouldy, but we'd eaten a couple before we noticed. So if we die,
this is it.
This is why. But yeah, we're coming around towards the entrance of the park. I don't think we're going to go in the shop yet, or do you want to have a look in the shop?
I think because it's quiet at the moment, I think we should have a look, and if there's anything we want, we've got it in our heads, we go straight there.
Okay, fair enough. So we're going to have a quick look in the shop, and then we'll probably catch the hill train down to the bottom of the park. So while we're up here, we're not leaving yet, but we're just going to have a look through the big shop because by the looks of it, they have a big old queue for later on in the day. So let's have a look inside the big shop. So obviously in here it's like your standard Lego shop, other than the fact that it's a Merlin theme park, so you can get your annual pass discount here. I believe you get, it's either 10 or 15% on Lego items. You don't get your full 20% discount here, obviously, because Lego take their cut, so the discount is substantially less. But it's, if you want a set of Lego, you can get it cheaper than you would in any other Lego store or online. The set, which I swear I will get one day, but it's 300 quid. The Lego roller coaster set. So here you've got some of the Super Mario sets, the new interactive ones, £64.
Wow, look at these.
And then below, I love this, Super Nintendo or Nintendo Entertainment System and TV. That is cool, 209 quid. So you've obviously got your standard Lego merch here. You've got your drinks flask, key rings, magnets, lanyards, and all the other stuff you find in the Lego shop. Another new set, which is a Legoland exclusive. Obviously you've got the set that like for the park. They've also got this one for Ninjago, which looks pretty cool. It's got the rides and all that. Right, so we've stopped off for lunch at the Hilltop Cafe, and we got some Lego chips. We're sharing a 12-inch pizza, which I don't know. Would you say the box maybe? It looks a bit small for a 12-inch pizza, but we got these chips which are Lego brick themed. So and there's quite a lot of food here. The chips and a bottle of Sprite was £15. Obviously we've got annual pass discount, and that brought it down to £11.99, which that's theme park food go. I don't think that's too expensive, but let's have a look at the pizza.
These are really nice.
Right, so we've opened our pizza, and you know what? I'm quite impressed. We're going to have to double check, but this was obviously £11.99 with a drink and these chips, and they're a load. Should I tip these out just to show you how many? Oh, there's still quite a lot, isn't it?
I think that's a lot for one person.
Yeah, that is quite a lot. So we're sharing this pizza, and they made the pizza so big that it had to be overlapped. It does look like it's like hand stretched and cooked in there. But like I say, I have to check with the pizza and pasta place down the bottom, because at the moment it's not a buffet. You get one pizza. And this will probably work out cheaper, I think. We'll have to have a look later on, but let's give a food review.
A lot nicer.
So the only thing I complain about is they cut the pizza into quarters, so it's huge.
Don't bother you normally. Belle Notte?
That's actually really nice. You want to try some?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good meal. And to be honest, we shared that. Half pizza each and chips, and I'll tell you what, I'm stuffed. How did you find that, Lou?
I'm stuffed too, yeah.
Like that was a perfect lunch. We had a late lunch because we're going to be eating quite late, obviously with the park shutting at 7. Well, we found out the ride shut at 6. So with the ride shutting at 6 o'clock, we're probably going to go at 6, because I imagine a lot of people are looking around Miniland. But yeah, we're going to head down to Viking River Splash after, see what the queue's like for that, and then go towards Laser Raiders and the train. Oh yeah, Louise is talking about the Lego movie set and where the Star Wars ride used to be, walkthrough used to be.
Look at the model winner.
They've actually totally ripped all that out now, the Star Wars bit. That whole facade's gone. You see some of the old original theming down the side of the building. Right, so we've just finished our pizza and...
Luke lied to me.
I didn't.
Said that it was shut.
Well, I didn't see a single person going in here. It is the Model Making Experience Studio, so we're going to have a look in here. As far as I'm aware, it just has the Bricksburg set from the live-action parts of Lego Movie 2. And upstairs is where they make all the figurines for the theme park. So yeah, up here is where they make the various minifigures and models for the parks.
What are they making at the moment? A cat?
Yeah, you see the cat over there with loads of debris on it. What else have we got? We got some various limbs and all that off certain parts.
Got a police car?
Yeah, they seem to be quite busy in there, but no one's there at the moment. So some of the items off of the Miniland rather.
Do you think they took that to clean them up?
Yeah, I think so. And then look, they're constructing like various train sets. They've got some pictures of the trains, and they're obviously going to be building them. Then on the wall here, you've got a mural from when the park first opened in 1996. Obviously, before 1996, this park was the safari park. So with no ties to Lego before, it was the Windsor Safari Park. And yeah, in 96 it was converted over to Legoland Windsor. We're going down the hill now, heading towards Viking River Splash. I think we're going to get in the queue no matter what it is, because I just want to go on a water ride, yeah? This is one of the few water rides you don't actually get wet on at all. Used to get soaked in it because they used to have a tipping bucket, and they had these like the statues at the end of the ride used to squirt water out their mouths. You used to get drenched on it, but they're all gone and turned off now, so you just get a light sprinkle. So we're going to go see what the queue's like for that and jump on that hopefully. Right, so we've decided against going on Viking River Splash, mainly because it is using the external extension queue at the moment. And it appears to be using all the zigzag section of the main queue, so you're looking at a good 45 minutes to an hour for this one, plus it's one route per boat. So hopefully we'll get on this before the end of the day, as it's really nice and hot now. Starting to drop off now. We should be able to get some more quick rides back. It looks like Laser Raiders is only advertising a 20-minute queue at the moment, so I think that's where we're going to head to next. Ninjago the ride is sadly closed. Right, so this is advertising a 20-minute queue, but this one can be very hit and miss, can't it though?
Yeah.
So this is obviously the interactive dark ride. When the park first reopened, they didn't actually have this one open, but it's opened over the past few weeks. And hopefully we won't be waiting more than 20 minutes though. I don't know, we'll soon find out.
The Temple of Ra. Is it you that helped Sam Sinister?
Right, so after getting in the queue for Laser Raiders, we got round to like where it goes into the big tent if you've been there before. And it was queuing right from that point, so we decided against queuing for that one because A, it was really hot in the building, and B, like that wouldn't even be a 20-minute queue in normal circumstances. I'd probably say you're looking at more like a 40-minute queue or something like that from there. Anyway, we're heading into Heart Lake City now, and we're going to see what we can do in Heart Lake City. Right, so Louise's plan now is to go on the train. So the train doesn't have too bad a queue, probably a few cycles on that. They will be social distancing. But we definitely going to do this one, Lou.
Yeah.
We're going to do this one. We're going to go on the train, the Heart Lake City Express. So while we're in the queue for the Heart Lake Express, we'll give her a little review on what we think of the day so far. Like, it's busy. It's the summer holidays. I do feel Legoland have dealt with this quite well though, considering this is like a capacity day for them. Obviously, the biggest problem is queue jumping for one. I've been meaning to mention all day. the amount of queue jumping in the park is like totally unacceptable. Like, I haven't seen as much queue jumping as I have today, I think, ever in any Merlin park. We normally avoid the Merlin parks over the summer, probably go to some of the smaller parks, but we just want to come to Legoland today. And yeah, like I said, with the social distancing aspect, I feel they're doing it well, but it's the individual people. There are certain people that just
It's like
do
you
not
can't
care.
change people.
Yeah, definitely.
People don't know how to socially distance with themselves in a queue. They never will.
This queue's quite good, but we're going to probably be in this queue for ages because there's so many people in it right now. So we'll see you when we get on this ride. And to be honest, I don't know if we're going to make it much more dark after this. Now and a half till ride close. So we've been queuing for about half an hour now, and the ride's just going through its cleaning process. So the guys here just have the backpack on and they spray it down, and then they just wipe down the major touch points. So
I would want the backpack one.
yeah, that does look pretty cool. They had them in Chessington as well. So we are on the Atlantic City Express, and it's good to see they've got some of the figures fixed, so they're moving now. It's a very noisy train, this. You're going to be moving around Pharaohs Kingdom and then going up towards Lego City. Right, so we're heading out past the Lego City area, so Coast Guard HQ. And over this side we have Haunted House Monster Party with its half-done facade. Definitely looks like the crowds are dropping off, but their park does close in about 45 minutes. Right, so we've just come off of the Heart Lake City Express. Waited about just over half an hour for that one. It's definitely dropping off now. They're just getting ready for the last show on the lake here. They do actually have social distancing markers down on the floor, which is good to see. I imagine you're meant to leave one space between, but they probably could put some X's in them. Space people out a bit more. I don't really understand that fully. But yeah, it's good to see they've got the show on the lake again. The one thing I wanted to clarify on earlier is the pizza prices here. Like obviously at the moment, because of social distancing, you cannot have a buffet. So they've got this pizza and pasta here, and you can do a meal for two, which would be one pizza, one pot of pasta, garlic bread, and two soft drinks, $24.99. Now the pizzas are going to be your standard like 9 to 12 inch pizzas, and they're always deep pan here, aren't they, Lou?
I'm not a fan of deep pan.
Like, I'd probably say if you fancy a pizza at Legoland, go to that Hilltop Cafe and get a pizza from there.
A lot cheaper.
And a lot nicer. Like, that was really nice. I cannot express how nice that pizza was. Anyway, we're coming into the final hour of park operating now. I think actually coming into the final half an hour of park rides being open.
Oh yeah. There's Luke. Like I was like, oh, should we go after this one? He's like, just do one more. And I was like, oh, we're still finished early, and we're literally going to be finished normal time.
Probably at this rate by the time we walk to the front of the park. Like the park is open till 7, but the rides are all closed. So we'll make a move after this. But yeah, we're heading over to Deep Sea Adventure, see what the queue's like for that. Oh, Louise can breathe. Woo. There is actually no one here as well. Can we see any construction? There's little tiny holes down here. Hello? So yeah, as we walk past the construction site for the new Lego Movie World area that they're building for 2021, there's not a soul in sight, which is, you know, that's very strange. I know we're at the quieter end of the park. I'd say we're at the back of the park, which we kind of are, but actually the main road is just over that way, where the hotel is. It seems quiet today. It is a Sunday, so let's see just at this end of the construction site whether we can see any more construction going on. Not a lot to see at the moment really, they're just digging holes and foundations. I believe where this hole is here is where the Unikitty Disco drop towers are going to be going. But like I say, it'd be interesting to see what they do with S.Q.I.D Surfer. Little Easter egg for those of you who knew Legoland as Windsor Safari Park. They have some hippos down here, and back in the day this used to be the hippo enclosure. Like, I don't know whether it was this full lake, but the hippo enclosure was down this end of the park, so there is your little Easter egg to that. So we're walking along and there's baby duckies, and they're on the wrong side of the social distancing. Hey, you need to get on that side of the path.
Oh, that's so sweet. Do you remember when I fed them Pringles? Not these ones specifically.
Oh, look at them. Hey.
Oh, the mum might come and peck you.
Oh wow, they're fearless little things. Right, so here we are hopefully at what will be our last ride of the day.
Changing the queues.
Yeah, like this was queuing all the way down here earlier, and it is nice to see that it is nearly empty. I don't believe the queue boards at this time of day, mainly because at this time of day they're just trying to get rid of people, so they're like, oh, the queue's 2 hours long. It's currently advertising a 50-minute queue, but it was only advertising 40 minutes earlier when it was queuing out here. So we'll see you on the deep sea adventure. So all the extension queue for this ride has been repainted and rethemed, looking much nicer for it, but the queue definitely isn't 50 minutes long. And Louise found a shortcut, that's good. Just got to squeeze through it. It's a tiny little gap, had to stretch a bit. But yeah, we're going to be on this one probably within about 15 minutes at this rate. So we're on the ride with only two to a submarine. There's one submarine per group, which is why the queue is so long. They've actually got their voiceovers now, which you can probably hear. So we're getting ready to dive. We're going to be heading out.
Hold on to your bricks, recruits. We're ready to dive.
Oh, diving down.
We're off to a flying fish stop. And welcome to the deep sea. Some more of our dives are out here looking for Atlantis, lost treasures in the ocean, and spotted super cool sea creatures. The water is full of life and Atlantean treasures. Keep an eye open for lurking sharks. Some like to lie around on the seabed. I do love sharks.
So you can really appreciate this ride a lot more when there's no one else in here.
That was
Like the
amazing!
new audio is really good, you know, lots of stuff on the screen. Louise, what do you think of the new
Awesome job, team.
Very loud.
It is very loud, and that's because they're normally full these things, aren't they? Yeah, but as you can see, it's just us in here, which is it's good for the experience. We didn't have to wait too long either. Right, so after about a 10-minute queue for that, we come off the last ride of the day. The time actually now is 10, which is coming up to 5 to 6 now, so the rides will be closing very shortly, and that'll be all we're doing now, so we're going to be heading out. As you wait, you can go through this like small area that has loads of fish in it. There's a couple that you can stick your head through, but they're actually closed off at the moment. So we're heading towards the exit now, but we're going to try and get one more sneaky ride in. We were just looking at doing the Coast Guard HQ, but it's got a 45-minute queue, and sadly I can't believe it with that one because it is quite low capacity. But we're going to see if we can get on the balloon school, which is one of our original favourites from this park, isn't it? One of the rides that opened when the park first opened, and it's just around the corner. We have 3 minutes to get to it, where it's just around here, if it's running, that is. Right, so yeah, it looks like we're going to be doing a walk-on for this one.
Yay.
On the balloon school, we've got a new sign. Look at that. So we just missed out on this cycle by the looks of it. But we should get on last cycle of the day on our own, hopefully. So a good old classic, this one. Just a simple, like, take on the Dumbo ride, really. Just with these balloons which you pull the string and it makes you go up in the air. I do like the ride vehicles for this. Very much fits in with the imagination theme. As we we've just come off of our last ride of the day, Balloon School. Good one to finish on. I totally forget about that one all the time.
Because it's tucked away there in the corner.
Yeah, it is, like I say, that's one of the rides that came when the park first opened, and we just got to walk on that. We were the only 2 people on the ride.
We're loving it.
Can't really complain with that. Time's 6:05 now, so the rides are closed, but the park is actually open for another hour yet. We were just asking, we were wondering whether they maybe extended the ride hours by half an hour or so, because they don't seem to be closing the rides around here. But we're going to be heading off now as the rides are closed.
It's quite a journey home.
It is quite a journey. It's about 65 miles, so...
Are we getting the hill train over?
No, we'll just walk it. We need to burn off that pizza. Right, so that is the end of the day now, and we're heading to the exit of the park. We've done a variety of rides. I wouldn't say we've done as many as we maybe could
I don't
have.
feel like, oh damn, I missed out.
Like, it's been a busy summer holiday day, but I feel that the capacity's been about right. It's busy, but it's not overly busy. With the social distancing, Legoland do seem to be doing most of what they can. Probably the only thing I'd advise to them is maybe announce a bit more in queues to remind people.
More staff members
Yes.
patrolling.
Yes, just giving people prompts, because people do forget. But overall, good experience, can't complain, they're doing a very good job. And can't wait to come back here in the future. So anyway guys, we'll see you in the next video. Until then, be sure to leave a like on the video, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Till then, bye!